Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all enjoying anything that you're doing and that you're finding your own happiness. So, what I'm going to talk to you about today, and it's hopefully going to be a short one, because I do believe in you can learn something new in a very short space of time, as long as you don't confuse it with your own thoughts, which is awkward and difficult. I know. I'm always confusing things, but I'm a very simple person, so I try and keep my videos as simple as possible. This video is about your vision, your belief, how you can tap into it, and how you can actually overcome other people who don't believe in you, who don't understand why you're doing something, and they give you a little bit of pushback. So, I've said so about 4 times now. Firstly, what drives you? What actually gets you out of bed in the morning? If anything, do you struggle getting out of bed in the morning? Are you one of those people who, it's morning time, it's alright, I'll have another 10 minutes? Are you somebody who anxiously sleeps during the night and you struggle waking up in the morning? Are you somebody who has a bit of depression or anxiety or panic attacks? It's okay, you can have all those, that's fine. That's not a problem. When you're in that state of mind and you're struggling with that, do you actually have a reason or a purpose or a vision or a goal that gets you out of bed? Do you? Do you have something that gets you going? Do you have something that takes you out of your comfort zone? Do you have something that will spur you on even though the odds are mentally stacked against you? It's important to have something. It doesn't matter how big or how small it is. The bigger you dream, the bigger the drive, the bigger the focus. Your vision, your drive, your motivation, your goal. It could be just getting out of bed. It could be going to work. Now, I've got a very good friend who is struggling with work. He's not enjoying it. He doesn't like it. He got into it not through fortune or favour, more than through necessity. And he's come to a point of his life, a point of his mental state where he is enough is enough. And I'm proud of him for that. He's made that leap. He's made that change. Enough is enough. We're now chatting, trying to work out what it is he likes, what it is he enjoys doing. And I'm throwing things at him which he may never have thought of. He may never have thought about doing certain tasks or certain hobbies or certain jobs. And we're playing around. We're just trying to find what fits, what fits his blueprint, what fits his state of mind. Not all of it does. Some of it he finds very confusing, some of it he actually genuinely enjoys, but there's maybe no demand for it. And his vision is changing. His goals are changing. Slowly but surely, they're changing. And I'm working with somebody else who is a new mum, and she is having mum guilt, I suppose is the best way of describing it. And we're working through some bits and pieces. We're trying to find a rhythm that works for her and baby, and it could be for this individual a complete change. I mean, a complete contrasting change. She's highly driven, she's very intelligent, she's motivated, and she has all the attributes you would wish to know or wish to find in somebody. And this little baby, this little person in her life is making things change for her. And she's loving it, she's enjoying the change, but she's wanting something else. And she hasn't quite found that vision yet. She hasn't quite found that motivation yet. It's coming. It's the idea is honing in her mind, and the change is allowing for her to move. And you can tell by the way she speaks sometimes that there's that the change has happened. It's boom, it's gone. And then something will happen. She'll have a bad night, or baby will be ultra cute in the morning, and she'll feel bad about going to work. So we're trying to establish a pattern and a routine that get closer. A pattern and a routine that will actually allow this young lady to move forward, to find a motivation, to find a new motivation and a new drive. Her little baby is a massive change, and it's a massive focus. I mean, it's life-changing focus, and it's instantaneous. As soon as that baby came along, it was instantaneous, much like, you know, my own little boy. There was no build up to it. There was no kind of slow work up. It was bang! Here's a baby. Your life is now changed. And it's thrown her. It's just thrown her out of her routine. But it's coming. She's getting there. She's very strong-willed, and she's going to make it. I know she is. I know she is. And her motivation, her drive, her goal will come. She has goals now. She has motivation now. But the blinding vision, the intensity of the fire, the burningness that gets somebody out of bed, that gets people out of bed and gets them jumping up before their alarm clock goes off, and gets them going in the morning, gets them going in the evening, and they still go at 9, 10 o'clock at night, and they have this amazing vision. They have this goal which only they can see. And they have this huge why, this massive why they need to do it. And it takes time to develop it. You're building a fire, and I don't know if any of you have ever sort of made a fire, proper fire, and you get your kindling, you get your bits and pieces, your paper, your moss, or whatever it is you're doing, indoor fire, outdoor fire, and you build it slowly. You don't want to burn it all out, so you put your fire going, and you get the smoke, and then you put a bit of kindling on top, and a little bit more kindling, a little bit more kindling. And then the fire starts licking away at it, and you're getting a fire. You've got a small little burning wood pile. And then in time, you put a little bit more on, and a little bit more fire grows, and a little bit more heat comes off it, and a little bit more height comes off the flames. And then you put bigger logs on, and bigger logs on. And then this little fire, this tiny little embering fire, is suddenly a burning furnace. It's not like getting some wood and some coal or whatever it is, throwing some petrol on it, lighting the match and throwing the match on. Because it lights instantly. It's lit. But you still need to nurture that fire. You still need to nurture it. You still need to tweak it and poke it and allow air to flow around it. It doesn't just, there it is. You still need to nurture that fire. That could be a fire somebody else has made for you. That's when you go into a job. You go into a job, and the boss and the HR and the managers and the directors and your work colleagues, they're already there. The business is established. The business is set up. It's there. You just walk into it. You haven't got to do much work. You can even go to some jobs and get paid for doing nothing. You sit around all day, behind a desk, looking at the computer, watching Facebook, and you get paid for doing it. In an 8, 9, 10 hour working day, you probably do about 4 to 5 hours of work. I'm guilty of that. I've been in jobs, I've done exactly the same thing. The higher you go, the less work you get. But when you're building your own fire, when you're building your own vision, your own business, your own life, and you're starting that little fire needs time to grow, it needs time to burn. You've got to nurture it, you've got to feed it, you've got to keep it protected from all the elements, the wind and the rain and everything else that can come into it. People trying to steal your fire. people trying to take logs off it. The dream stealers, they're called. But when that fire's going, it doesn't matter if it rains. It doesn't matter if it's windy. It doesn't matter if a few people come along and pinch a couple of logs. Because your fire is rich, it's stacked, it's full. But it takes time. So, I hope you enjoyed this little video. And I hope I've explained that to how to develop a vision. First you must spark it. Then you've got to build it. You've got to grow it. You've got to nurture it. And then you've got to keep nurturing it. Because if you walk away from that fire when it's still burning away and it rains or somebody steals your fire, it's gone. And you have to start all over again. That's the truth. I've done it. I've started a couple of little businesses, they failed. Started another one, failed. Started another one, I kind of gave up on it. Started another one, went back to an original business, kept building that one. I'm now nurturing another business. I'm growing that business slowly, along with my wife. Because our why is our why. Your why is your why. Their why is their why. But nobody will understand your why until they understand their why. Because some people don't have whys. Well, they do have whys, but then what are you doing that for? Don't do that, it's silly. Get a job, work for 35 years, don't do anything. Retire and have the money, get a part-time job. I know people who have retired recently and they've gone into part-time work. Part-time jobs, they've retired, they worked for 40 years of their life and they're retired and they're having to go into part-time work. I said, why? Not because they want to, not because they want a social life, because they have to. They walked into somebody else's fire. They walked in and nurtured somebody else's burning fire. They turned a fire into a furnace for somebody else. They didn't burn their own furnace, they didn't start their own fire. They lit somebody else's fire and they burnt their fire for them. And now they've got to start their own fire. And if you haven't got a why, if you haven't got a reason why, you haven't got a goal, fine. But if somebody else does, if somebody else has a why, if somebody else has a burning desire to do something for their life, for their family, for people around them, for the community, who are you to stop them? Who are you to take their fire from them? Listen to the person who is trying to do a bit better, because their why is the reason they're doing it. Your why is a reason why you're not doing it. So give the people a chance. This video's gone a little bit. I've had a little rant because this is what I'm very passionate about. I'm hugely passionate about personal development, people. I'm hugely passionate about getting people to do stuff they don't normally do. I work at Mad Mike's Assault course regularly. I get people climbing ropes. I get people doing monkey bars. People come to me and say, I can't do something. And I say, yes, you can. You've just never tried. You just never tried. Or you never took the time to learn. So, take care. Be you. And find your own happiness. Take care.